everyone, Sawmill Charlie. Well, we're out here in the apiary today. It is Monday. It's about 65 to 70 degrees. This hive here, along with the next three, I Demaree these hives, I'm going to say approximately at least 10 days ago, if not 14. They are past due for their inspection. Hopefully everything is okay with these as far as any queen cells in the top box that maybe I have missed or they have not hatched, hopefully, if there is any in here. I want to go over with you how to maintain or do a maintenance inspection. Demaree, this is something you need to be doing every 7 to 10 days. To go over with you right now, the way this hive is set up. The two purple boxes are the brood chamber where the queen is. Then we have the queen excluder. The white box is a honey super with drawn comb, 9 frame. The top purple box is the secondary brood chamber where I have taken all of the capped brood that's at least 95% capped or more out of the bottom box. Replace those spots where those combs have been pulled out with drawn comb that's nothing in them, and placed it up here. Along with up here, if I have about 5 or 6 frames, I will fill out the rest of this hive with foundation so the bees will draw out the wax for me. So I'm going to go ahead, and the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go into the top box, check out the brood frames that I put up here, make sure they're all been hatched out, or at least 95% hatched. I've got my box here off to my right. I will take these frames, shake the bees off, put them over here into this holding box off to the right here. Then behind me I have my hive lifter. I will take the honey super and this brood chamber up as a unit. That decreases the amount of bee interruption in the hive. First thing I'll do is, before I use my hive lifter, is of course break the honey super away from the queen excluder so it doesn't pull the queen excluder up with it. So let's go ahead and get into this hive. I'm going to go ahead and bring you up a little bit closer, possibly put you on an angle so you can see the hive lifter and also see what I'm doing in the hive. All right, I brought you up a little bit closer. I'm going to take the lid off. Take the inner cover off. All right, here's the top brood box. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 brood frames here that I took from the bottom. And there's no brood left in this hive or frame. I'm going to go ahead and shake it off. I do see some nectar. That's something that I don't want really to happen. That's why I put the honey super on. Here is one of my foundations. They're starting to draw the wax on both sides, which is great. Another frame, brood frame. There's no brood left. Shake the bees off. Definitely some nectar coming in. Also, I happened to notice today for the first time that I seen dandelions starting to bloom in my yard, so we know that's the start of the flow. Here's another brood frame. Everybody's hatched. Shake the bees off. And the main thing is there's no evidence. There's a cup right there that they started, but no evidence of a queen cell, voluntary queen cell. The reason behind that is these brood frames are possibly far enough from the queen pheromones, and they will start a queen cup thinking that they are queenless. We got a couple little cups here, nothing in them. Now there is a little bit of cap brood, but the rest of the combs are wide open. I'm going to go ahead and put that back downstairs. Another hive that no queen cells that I can see of. There's a little bit of patch of brood still left there, but I'm going to go, and there's a cup started but nothing in it. And here's the last frame. A little bit of drone brood left. Other than that, there's one drone starting to come out. Okay, so now our brood box on the top is empty of open comb that I put up here. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to look at the honey super instead of using my hive lifter. Give me an idea how the honey super is doing, whether or not I'm gonna have to add it. They are putting nectar in the super. It's not totally filled up, but they kind of drawed some bridge comb there. Let me go ahead and check this out here. Same here. Is it completely full? No. There's quite a bit left of space. All right, I've got this go ahead and put the brood chamber back on top. I'm going to go ahead and put the inner cover on just to kind of keep the bees in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and break the propolis seal on the queen excluder, and then I will bring up the hive lifter. Let me put you at another angle so you can see me do that. All right, I put you at a different angle so you can see better. I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on. Now I'm going to go ahead and raise these two boxes up with my hive lifter, keep them as a unit, and then go down into the two bottom brood chambers, search for some more completely capped comb, 95% or better. So let me get the hive lifter running and see if we can pick these two boxes up. Do a little bit of adjustment here. All right, both the ears are in the handles. I'm gonna bring this back out of the way. Be honest with you, I could easily probably raise that box up myself, but since I had the hive lifter, I like to use it. It's going to be really nice when you have an extra honey super more and they're actually filled completely with honey or nectar. All right, Next thing we need to do is get in here, see if we can find some cap brood. And here we got a nice piece of cap brood here. That's what I've been looking for all the time. Got some cups, getting close to them wanting to swarm. I will put this over here next to the outer wall in that spare box. See if we can find some more brood frames. That's open larvae. Open larvae. We have cap brood here. More cap brood. I do a glance for the queen. Now these are all cap brood. A little bit of drone brood on the bottom. The majority of this frame right here is cap brood, and the rest of it either has nectar in it or it has some pollen rimmed around it. So put that off to the right. Got another brood frame right here. Same here. Cap brood with a lot of pollen in there. I have a problem with getting pollen bound here where I live. So there's another brood frame. Check out, here's another big slab of brood. That's what I'm looking for. We got some cups, but nothing in them. That's why I would have liked to gotten in here just a little bit sooner. More open comb, larvae. We're doing good. We have a drone frame here. They are filling that out with a lot of larvae. Another open frame. There is some cups. This is the main thing about the Demaree. As long as she can lay eggs and has a place to lay eggs, she will not swarm. That's what I have experienced. Okay, now we've got that hive, pulled all the cap brood out. Now we're going to put in empty brood, comb, so she can lay. There's some with a little bit of brood, but that'll hatch out and we won't have to worry about that too much. They still have plenty of space to lay. That's the key. I'm going to go ahead and put this lid here off to the side, pull this top brood box off, set it off to the side, check down here for brood. I can see it up on the edge here. More brood. Now what we have to do here is check and see whether we have eggs. and larvae along with this brood. There is jelly, and we do have some eggs in there. I'm going to go ahead and put that frame off to the side for right now. I might have to put that back in there. Another big brood frame. All right, this looks to be a pretty good candidate. That last one did have some eggs in it. That's where I am going to have to be very vigilant about getting into this hive in 6 to 7 days and making sure that they're not going to make any queen cells. Now this one here has some brood, but a lot of open space. It does have some cups. We'll get rid of them. Another pretty much open comb. A little bit of brood, but still open comb. Kind of clean off the cups and drone brood type of stuff. I think we've pretty much got all the brood out of here. Main thing I'm trying to do is make sure that you don't have any queen cells hanging off the bottom. Normally I wouldn't have to do as much as I'm doing right now, but since I've been at least 10 days and it's been cold, the weather's been against us. Here's another brood frame. One side does have brood, the other side has eggs, so it has to stay in. So this one here, pretty good pollen on the other side, but a lot of larvae on that. I'm going to go ahead and leave that in here. Let it finish its natural way of doing things. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this brood frame that was up top. It's open now. Kind of sweep the bees in. Put this brood frame back on, or brood box. This is the upper box. Queen excluder goes back on. I've had some questions about what about the drones. Yes, they will get caught upstairs, but I try to get them out when I open up the hive in the top and let them kind of fly out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring that brood or honey super and the top brood box and lay it back down on the queen excluder. Now with this hive lifter, if anybody wants to know, I line up the back edge, and all I do is basically tilt the machine forward, and then the boxes fall right out and it disengages. As simple as that. And I just go ahead and kind of line up the boxes. Queen excluder was slightly off. And now we take the brood that we took out and we put it, I usually try to put it off to one side. That way I know exactly where it's at. And there we have it. Now, I still have a open frame of brood comb there. So what I'm going to do is shove these foundation frames over. I will go get one more foundation frame. And put it in the hive and fill the box out. And we're pretty much done now. And that's how we do the maintenance on a Demaree. This has to be done between 7 and 10 days. That would be the best time to do it. And also, I recommend around day 6, come back and go through these top brood frames up here, shake the bees off, and check them and see whether they have started any volunteer queen cells. Sometimes, you know, you miss an egg that matures into a larvae just right for making a queen cell, and they'll try to make themselves a queen cell because these brood frames up here are too far away from the queen on the below to keep the pheromones strength smell up, and they think they're queenless. So until next time, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.